thought in my heart. Danger is not, after absorbing many of the mutant's powers. How powerful it really is. No one can judge. She knows she's strong. But certainly not to the extent. Don't worry about other mutants. If so, she doesn't have to care. To the attitude of Jiang Nam. But after receiving the power of the armed forces, then why? How much her threat level will increase? Let's just wait and see. Li Cheng wields his giant cavalry. Turn your head outside. He came back to tell IP. Let's destroy this plant. This kind of scourge can't be left behind. I can see that I understand. Leave everything to me. The blood is the real zombie. Only destroy it. The zombie epidemic in Tianhai City completely disappeared. Biography of the bar. Get out of the building quickly. Abandoned. The investigation team and others also followed. The great powers that do not hesitate also follow them. Now people don't need to use words to talk about the next action. The head, the cause of the destruction of almost the entire city of Tianhai, must die. Keep quiet and follow the group. Before leaving, he turned his head to look at the next IP Kang. He approached the blood and put his hands on it. A flash of light in a strange shape. It's like a black plastic octopus appeared on the blood. To expand the thought, false power output room system seems to be able to turn the metamorphosis into an explosive. Can be installed. Time. The epidemic did not look long. By staring at other people's abilities, it can cause a sense of shame. He only remembered the power of IP Kong in his heart. Then, with Li Changsheng and others left. Not long after, a loud explosion came from the building. Next, the entire abandoned building suddenly collapsed. And IP Kikong calmed down, out of the smoke after the explosion. Right now, the spears that are left of the snows, horrified by the explosion, appeared outside the building. They saw the abandoned building gradually crumbling. Also observe the Bak Li field bar with boiling gas close. It makes them afraid to move forward. The school district didn't look at them. Take the knight's lance and head for the cathedral. Someone from Snow White saw this. Courage to move forward to prevent. If you want to see the cardinal, it must be announced. In the air, a large black shadow suddenly appeared. Those people turn into a blurry image. Disappeared in the blink of an eye. Expand translation. Just in time to see a bunch of bones and blood explode in the air. The speed of the school is too fast. So much so that he couldn't see it. Just a few seconds later, the building a few hundred meters away collapsed. 2 large bloodstains appeared on the wall. It's like a mosquito being beaten to death on a wall. Follow the shadow of Bok's back. Li Cheng Bar, be careful to remind. This man's power is strong. It's at least equivalent to 3 pioneers. It's even higher. In their eyes, Tom Fong, equivalent to the title of perfect warrior. Because of the speed, his strength and agility are outstanding. Like this was the first time they'd met, a strong warrior in the field. The strengthening system can be completely won through the wind. After the truth is revealed, a big battle is inevitable. Both sides have lost something very important. Important people, precious resources. These things are valuable enough for them to risk their lives. As for Trong Yi, simply fighting for a peaceful life. It's just a big door away. The atmosphere between the two sides has become tense, like the bow is about to break. The first spears of the snowy cult gathered around. There are only a few warriors left. And loyalty progress. Most of the spears are incapable of fighting. Panicked cowering in his room. It's like an ostrich can't see what's going on. The sword is holding his wife. Lean against the window and look at everything. There was a flash of madness in his eyes. Do you see, my son? I will avenge you. You are not today. The crazy woman will die. Polly led Bar Field, along with Xiao Hong and other powers. More than 30 mutants gathered here. They stared at the big white door, the beautiful decoration of the cathedral, but no one rushed in. The enemy takes a step forward. The whole body emits a large ball of light. Then, like a sword, fecal gun explode towards the big door of the attacking road wind. In the blink of an eye, the great door of the cathedral, destroyed in small pieces. Expand translation. And everyone's eyes are fixed on the inside of the cathedral. When the door breaks down, he saw the scene inside. Under the altar of ecstasy, sitting on the stairs, hugging the dead body of Zhang Yat first. I can see it is not bright. The enemy's eyes flared with intense hatred. For him, the military is like the existence of a father. When the border troops died, he blames any AI involved in this outcome. The object he hates the most. It's definitely the head of the snow cult. Go to hell for me. Enemy corn spread to hands to begin to exercise his powers. I know it will affect my body a lot. But because of the captain's hatred, he doesn't care. The enemy is in the front. There's hundreds of bright spheres around him. They cast him like a god. A series of guns exploding like a storm shooting out. It has the power to destroy everything. As the enemy's Dungan approaches, to the body without a stomach, they're all stopped by an invisible force. I can't wait to finally raise my head. Look at them. Her eyes were as cold as ice. There's a deep hatred. In this world, the last person you trust is dead. You didn't threaten to put Zheng Yixian's body on the ground. Slowly stand up. Powerful explosive rifles. It almost destroyed the church. But you can't get over the wall. The power of her mind. Around you, within 10 meters, suddenly an invisible wall appeared. Campaign reminder. She's got at least 10 different types of dysfunctions on her. People need to be careful. Red pepper training in the eyes full of deadly gas. No matter how strong she is, I don't believe I can't kill her. By the power of all mutants in Tianhai City. The red sky was covered in red flames. And the light red ridges. It's like lava. It's flowing on the surface of her skin. She quickly ran to another direction. Go back to zero and spew out a giant dragon fire. No need for AI to direct. The mutants sitting there can live to this day. It's all in the spirit. Understand how to fight and coordinate. Groups of people divided into 3 directions, using remote attack abilities. To attack the original, not fake, who have the ability to engage in melee and animal warfare. Be willing to wait for the opportunity to jump up and attack Yuan, not fake. The angel riding on the back of the screaming beast. Follow Lao Tzu forward. For countless abilities, it's like a raindrop flying towards the sky. Face any kind of attack. Expression on the face is not, still hasn't changed. It seems like there's a circular energy around the body. You can stop any attack. Shuang Yip looked at the whole thing without careful irradiation. He wants to know, is it my majesty? It can break the barrier of the mind force. Or not. But it was his fatal blow. Cannot be easily used. We have to wait for the right opportunity. Right now, the body was suddenly slowly rising. Middle stitching. You are like a high god looking down. Everyone. The followers of the faraway cult saw this. Excited to kneel and shout out, "Snow God, Snow God." Zheng and the others recognized it. That's the power of Zheng Yat Sen. Right now, Han, along with the other mutants, was in a hurry. To the scene. They don't know what armor. Should be worried that they can be in danger from the police. Chang Than and Trong Dui. But when you see the scene in front of you, the surprise was evident on their faces. The priestess of Zuan Hoa. With two hands clasped in front of the chest, I am excited to say that this is the next Snow. Master. You really deserve it. He is the embodiment of the snow god on Earth. However, after trying to see the scene, he felt his throat burning again. The heat in my heart is half cold. But this is not the capacity of the SAO. Zheng Tiangshan's electric performance is very strong. Points that people admire. It's the ability to control your body. Get out of the control of gravity. To perform high-speed gliding. But now, this kind of power appears on the person of the original, not fake. Is everything Zhang Yi said true? The so-called Ember is just a big trap. So all the good stuff. Danger never gave them the chance to wake up. Is it just fake? The letter did not dare to continue thinking. The more he is amazed, I feel my faith is crumbling fast. And now it's not floating in the air. As the gods embrace all beings, she said out loud, "Stupid and small people. You don't understand at all. What kind of existence am I dealing with? I am the messenger of God on earth. He is the one who imparts the will of God. Every act of contempt for divine power, they will all be severely punished." Zheng Yat, first, welcome back. It is really your power. I also wanted to know. Risk of radiation spread to hands. To develop the mind power of Zheng Yat first. She always says, "Let me wash this world of no faith." When the two unarmed arms are raised, the ground beneath people's feet began to move furiously. No matter how many attacks you have, you're still very calm. The enemy simply couldn't believe his eyes. His poodle is stronger than a sniper rifle, even close to the power of missiles. But at SAO, a series of explosive guns, again without a stomach, received so easily. Zhang Yi realized that the situation was not right, silently back behind the group of people. And people are almost out of balance. I almost fell to the ground. Watermarks appear on the ground. It's as if you're in shock. The epidemic is not over. The rocks start to rise. The expansion triggered an 8-fold acceleration. His shadow is like a devil behind him. Trong Yi thought silently. She's, of course, reached the level of the cylinder press. Other people also feel the unusual. Hurry away from the original unfake. It's like everything around you is starting to fall apart. The ground cracked. Giant blocks of rock soaring into the air. Like a meteor shower. Such strong power. Make the case, your boss and others shrunk your child. They know they are not strong. I can't believe you're so strong. This power seems to be able to destroy the world. They just witnessed it. The incredible power of the armed forces. I can't believe that very soon after, they meet again. Your power is not fake. Power level 5 squeezing cylinder. His cold eyes did not look at the stone. People, her white right hand was firmly facing down. Megalithic blocks are very as big as ice from the sky, banging down on the area where the people are on the ground. Countless megaliths soaring up high, and then fall quickly to the ground under everyone's terrified eyes. Within VI a few kilometers, this is a full-scale attack. It's like an ice storm. But it's not beautiful. It's full of terrible destruction. In a situation where there is no time to avoid, everyone is using their full strength to resist. The school is laughing. In the knight's lance's hand, it's as big as a fan, are spinning, facing the megaliths, constantly falling from the sky. He uses his power, control them with the school. These are rocks that weigh a few tons, maybe 10 tons. Don't say, people. Even the truck that was hit turned to debris. As the chief council, it's based on great power and advanced technology. Deflect their orbits. He stood in front of everyone. No step back. Because the army is dead now. He's the lead investigator. He wants to protect the members of the group. To deal with this kind of attack, the most comfortable handle. The door to his space opened. No matter what rocks fall, they just disappear silently. Get out of space. Compared to others, this is much more difficult. Red pepper training with fire attack is not very effective for megaliths. You can only use the purgatory to enhance the body's defenses. Quickly dodge in the dance of the hail. However, with splattered rocks and megaliths falling unhappily, you're very hard. And not a few mutants for not being able to avoid. Hit by megaliths, and it's instantly reduced to debris. No more chance to scream. Dry out with everyone around. Come to the side. At this moment, to fight against the original, they need to harness the power of everyone. If others are killed, the tree is just like a tree. I can't stand the house. He must try to protect the rest. People see Zhang Yi used the space door to stop him. The megalithic rain immediately converged on him. People who saw him as an enemy. They hate Zhang's spatial aptitude, to the point of grinding teeth. But now that they've become allies, this kind of power gives them a sense of security. Reality. People quickly ran to the back of the translation chapter. The program opens the door to a larger space, covering their heads like a big umbrella. Prevent the hail from falling on you. Even though they can hide under the door of space, there are still some people who can't escape. It's the cults and mutants of the sermon. They didn't show up at first. With mystical tricks, we all bow down for joy. But when he didn't just attack, no matter the object, they're also covered inside. People who are not prepared, in the blink of an eye completely wiped out. You don't talk casually. You will also come back. The remaining mutants of the cult, it's no longer worth anything. I'd rather kill them. Then their power will be concentrated on the body of the original Zero, fake. Zhang Yat first has passed away. Danger is not. We need to win this battle. Just like that, they can build a world without dirt. Usually when they see it, he did not threaten to kill all his followers. His faith also completely collapsed. Why is it so? Master. At SAO, you want to kill your faithful followers. It turns out that what Zhang Yi said was all true. She's not the Messiah. She's the devil. She's crazy. I didn't pay attention to them. Fortunately, right now, your attention. Focus on the chapter and his team. not usually Korean, and the two Kier also soon went to visit Pluto. With the current power of the null and void, killing 3 of them is a small thing. You don't put your head down, staring at the translation chapter. Soften your space power voice. I really wanted to. You are like a god. Slowly raise your hand, stretching out a finger, pointing to the chapter and his team. The megaliths have fallen down before. Again, the strong vibration. Then we're up in the air. And it's a huge storm of rocks. Around the epidemic. The 4 directions and 8 directions are all flying megaliths. And the translation with his team, it's in the heart of the storm. Before this time of death, Zhang Yi's eyes were extremely focused. The door can only open 2 doors at the same time. We can't defend in every direction. He whispered to himself. Even if we open 2 doors this time, there is no basic defense. The danger of not being able to manipulate the mind, much stronger than Zheng Tian. Not at the same level. Are we going to die like that? In this war, the other forces are not greedy. Fear of death. God uses his power. Celestial union. It's a kind of power, can enhance the ability to fight for all. Everyone. This is the strongest mutant army, the rest of the city. And when you get this boost, their fighting strength increased by 1 level. Long earth inflammation, snow and ice. Black and white at the same time. Fire and blizzard in both directions. Attack on the thunderstorm. Expand translation space gates to protect people. And the bright lights raise their heads. Look at the whole sky. Hold up the black sniper rifle in your hand and say it out loud. The enemy must capture the king. Only if you solve the problem. Everything can end. Just dealing with hail doesn't work. A ray of light shot out from the barrel of his gun, straight to the point where the danger doesn't shine. You don't even see it. I don't care about the bullet. Because she thinks, it's just like a mosquito to me. But just an instant later, her eyebrows were a little furrowed. That bullet pierced through your mental energy barrier. The bullet stopped just a few inches from you. You're not surprised in your heart. Not thinking about this bullet can break through my mind. The light frowned in helplessness. Her abilities are diverse. We basically have no way of coping. Curious to look at him with a question. What is your bullet? SAO can get through her mental energy barrier. Before that, the explosive shots of the Wu enemy, it doesn't affect that mental barrier. The Enlightenment tells us that this is the beginning of the problem. They're specially made to deal with mutant organisms. Mutant organisms, including mutants. Hearing that Zhang Yi could not help but ponder. Jiangnam Great Zone, they truly deserve their reputation. Less than half a year after the end of the world began, they even studied Ra's ammunition, dedicated to dealing with mutants. I don't know, our gravity can prevent the launch of the bullet. Or not. However, after thinking carefully, he also realized that this toy doesn't affect me. Because of his space door, it's not defensive aptitude. It's a door to the heterospatial world. Start the bullet. It's probably primarily used to attack mutants, based on defensive abilities, as people of the augmented system, animal, or people who have the power to create a protective wall. The epidemic is thinking. Then the chief counsel's voice interrupted his thoughts. I can't let her control the situation. From now on, listen to my orders. Already said. He stared at the empty space. On the stitch, Trung said, no matter how powerful she is right now, But she's still a young girl. In terms of combat experience, is still lacking. That's why she's also very vulnerable. The police chief quickly planned, fighting for everyone. Polytechnic school recommended bar. In the morning, you shoot another shot. He has discovered a weakness in you. It's that she can't do two things at the same time. When attacked by the Illuminati with a bullet starter, the ability to manipulate the mind force of the non-radiant obviously declined. Speed of movement of the rock on the middle stitch also slowed down. You continue to use your remote attack skills. Period. Guangming, let's use the bullet starter to restrain her. We'll be in charge of the main attack. On the side of the tide. The police officer glanced at the school. Until then, we will take advantage. Can you use your magic power in the wild? Fake a fatal trigger. From the beginning to the end of the campaign, there was no attack. As the Attorney General knows, he has a powerful magic weapon. Although the scope of the attack is not large, but in terms of power, God is certainly not inferior to the military. The school district continued. We will give you a chance to strike you without a fatal blow. The school said again, I'll rush to get her when necessary. You can count on me to kill in the same place. Can you nod your head? Zhang Yi and Zhao Hong heard this, nor from the vibration in my heart. Assistant Attorney General even willing to sacrifice their lives to kill the original, not fake. Members of the investigation team heard this. It doesn't seem surprising. They for completing the mission. Early on, I didn't care about death. It's not that they're not afraid of death. It's that there are times when sacrifice is necessary. Otherwise, it will cause 7 more damage. Just like today. If they can't kill it completely, everyone can't leave alive. Assistant Attorney General, he's the one under the most pressure. Because of all the people here. Of close quarters combat capability. No one can match him. The school's defense system screamed loudly. Good to start. Red and others quickly take action. Strong attack Yuan does not decrease. The light also raised the gun. Shoot out a bullet that starts the bullet. I didn't notice and knew that. This black bullet can't be disregarded. She frowned and create a big wall of ice in front of me. To stop. Even though the bullet starter has a special function for heterosexual but physical attack surface, it's relatively homogeneous. Of course, the big ice wall can stop it. Don't raise your left hand. All the aptitude attacks towards her on the middle stitch. Extinguished like fire meets water. Right now, the police chief has become a yellow lightning. Jump from the ground to high, holding in his hand a large knight's lance. Attacking from the back is not a silent but powerful blow like thunder. The school carries tremendous power. Stabbed in the back with no light. You dare not light your eyes. She didn't turn around. But I felt it. The attack of the adult. An invisible wave of LAN in the air. The force behind you stands behind you. But the big injury Kier hit. And yet through the barrier of mindfulness. And come close to the back without a trace. It's less than 30 centimeters. Li Long Bar gripped the long bar. Give Zhang a chance to attack. He can't extend the thrust in the air. This blow, though strong, but it doesn't last very long. Take advantage of that undistracted moment. This is the time to use Goddess Grace. The police realized that the time had come. It's my turn to act. The white light glowed in his eyes. Straight up in the air. And also the back of the bar. She's all covered in. In the battle between the masters, death is decided in the blink of an eye. The distraction of the unconscious gave Zhang an opportunity to complete locked Godui. Terrible pressure distorts the space. And finally, your eyes will not fail. There was a shock. She just realized the translation. You know the art. You don't think confidently. Then look. The power of your weapon and your art. Who is more harmful? Between you and Zhang Yi, space appears a bizarre twisting phenomenon. Now in your eyes, there was also a bright white light, covering around an area. In the space between them, a brightly colored ball appeared. Even the light is distorted. A glare of light on the middle stitch disappears. Everything is back to normal. There's only that ball of light on the ground, as if touched by a red welding rod. There's a big glossy hole. An image falling to the ground like Sao Bai. Assistant Attorney General wearing a white combat outfit, thrown to the ground. This muscular man. And now out of his mouth came a stream of fresh blood. The police chief thought quietly. The captain was destroyed. It's his ability. It was quickly held by her. He has a painful face. Look at the whole space. He felt it so clearly just now. Is the extermination technique of the Wu army. She's even has captured the power of the armed forces. Red Pepper exclaimed in surprise. The power of the Wu border army she also holds. They know the power of the army. I've seen it directly. It's an ability that can be relied on alone. Kill hundreds of thousands of zombies. The others were horrified too. Not now. Has acquired the military's ability. How else do we fight? The deputy chief stood up and said no. She's not the captain. She's only got this power. Use is not yet proficient. We can beat her. He's very confident at this point. Because if it's the armed forces that use the power, he can't stand up now. Danger is still staring at the fluid. His god appeared. It made you feel the pressure. That's enough to confront you. Meanwhile, Zhang Yi quietly took out a dumpling. Put it in your mouth. His power is too great. He needs to replenish his abilities in time. Fortunately, he's a spacefaring man. Timely replenishment of energy. Thanks to someone with space system capabilities, he is not afraid of wasting power. But AI doesn't pay attention either. My eyes are filled with air right now. You didn't see these people at first. With my strong power. You think I'm almost in the realm of the divine. And these weak mortals can't do anything to you. But the majesty of Zhang Yi, it made her feel a little scared inside. Maybe these mortals, it's really capable of hurting you. This fear made you angry. And she decided not to play anymore. It's about quickly killing everyone in front of you. You didn't threaten to whisper. Only mortals dare to hurt me. Fuck, you're all fucking. A bigger storm than ever began to appear. The black whirlwind swept along countless pieces of stone. The ice and everything around turned into a giant tornado. And then this tornado came in aggressively. People of the forces. Be careful and run. The tornado sucked everything around it. The people under his feet also began to unsettle. They hastily backed away from the cyclone. Once you get caught inside, That would be the end of sure death. But when they think they've run away, they're on the ground. A powerful snowstorm is coming. Wind snow piece of stone. All kinds of scary powers you dare not promote. And everyone can't resist. Their abilities are also very strong, but on a completely different level. After mutants reach level 5 clone, that's the most powerful level of mutants. They're not in the same space at all, with lower class mutants. So far, the whole country. There's only one clone in the legend. Facing the terrifying power of the undead. Everyone is struggling to stop it. Zhang Yi's space door. It can't protect people completely. But this method of defense, it's resistant to all physical attacks. This allows him and the others in the safety team. Temporary. The fat man suggested we run. How can we fight? Her power is too much. Even finding out her weaknesses. It's not possible either. Let the word fat understand. Where to run? You think we can escape SAO? If you're alone. Escaping is definitely not a problem. But you can't bring these people. Even though he can react at speed through space. But they can't. Just a little delay will get them. I didn't catch up quickly. Speak out loud for everyone to understand. Now there is only one victory. The city will be peaceful from now on. Losing everyone will die. He stared straight at me. His air is accumulating divine power. Ready to launch. I can't feel this force. Your body suddenly becomes blurry. It's as if there are countless overlapping images in one place. That Zhang Yi could not lock her position. You don't smile at the thought. They want to lock me up. Let's see how you use the magic this time. However, the biggest advantage of the group, it's the number of people. The school district attorney said, the combat experience of unbridled danger not rich enough. There is strength, but there is weakness. When it was targeted by Zhang Yi's majesty, I can't focus on dealing with them. Give them a chance to attack from multiple sides. The cold voice of a nondescript, echoing through the space. You want to fight me? You think you can do it? She swings two hands. Create a terrible storm LAN spread in all directions. It's like trying to beat everyone in one shot. And the main target of these attacks is the Trong Yi and the Guangming period. But all the ordinary people and mutants, they were all attacked. The angel has only revealed his power in the widest VI range to support people. Celestial Union. He holds a sniper rifle in his hand. Directed the missile directly at the head of the warhead. It puts a lot of pressure on you. Even if you are not afraid of the light, but once uncarefully injured. That's not what she wanted either. The school bag with the letter in hand. Always looking for an opportunity to strike a fatal blow. Attacked from many sides. I am not angry and angry. It's a very disturbing thing. Danger is not after holding the power of experience. It can float in the air. Your voice echoes again. You really think that you can resist me? It's funny. The tornadoes of Ra, not fake. It's getting stronger. Notice this. Zhang Yi immediately activated the gravity field. Get everyone out of the scene. In the blink of an eye. As soon as they leave, where they just stood, suddenly, a series of rocks fell from all directions.